Hello, and welcome to the EVMJ Japan podcast. Probably the best way to learn about life with electric cars in Japan without actually being here. I'm your host, James, and today I'm joined, as always, by a fellow EV owner, which today is Phone. Hello, Phone.
Hi, James.
Hey,
Nice to
how's
see
it
you.
going? Nice to see you. How's it going?
Great. Yeah.
So Phone. That's not a device I'm talking about. That's his name. He's called Phone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. Really excited to talk to you.
My pleasure.
As usual, in the first part, we're going to get to know Phone a little bit, what kind of car he has, and all that kind of good stuff. And then Phone has selected some specialist topics. So today we're going to talk about Japan's obsession with hydrogen and why not going to full electric, and maybe some other kind of wild card topics at the end as well. So yeah, it should be a fun show. So here we go. Yeah, wow, episode 13. So let's go to the first part. Tell us a little bit about your car and all that kind of good stuff.
Well, I got my Tesla. It's my first EV as well as my first car.
Wow, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
2 years ago.
Oh, okay. 2 years.
It's black Model 3 long range.
There it is. Very shiny.
2021. Yeah.
You just cleaned it, I think, at this point.
Yes. I don't keep it dirty.
Nice. It's a lot cleaner than my car is right now. So how are you enjoying it?
How can I say? It makes me want to look for reasons to go out every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you. I feel that. It's nice. Nice feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like on weekends, I'm like always looking for places to go. But these days, it's a little bit hard to go because it's hot and most ICE vehicles break down on roads quite often. It's always congested.
Right. Nice. So it's a 2021?
2021.
2021. Okay, so we have the same year car.
Cool.
What's
your color?
I just have the basic one.
The basic one.
The free color. Yeah.
All right.
Black is like not the most expensive, like second most expensive.
Yeah, it's about 1,000.
120,000.
I don't know exactly. Yeah, around there. Not the most expensive. I think red is the most expensive in Japan.
Yeah,
I got black because I thought if I'm going to Ginza, black is the color.
You don't see many red cars in Japan, and
yeah,
I only know one person with a red. Oh no, sorry, that's not true. I've had two people on this podcast with red Teslas, but they both said it's very rare because Japanese people don't like red cars.
If it was if it was up to me, I would take red, but my wife, she said this is like red is too much.
There's a kind of a general feeling that red car drivers are like really bad drivers.
And
they're really crazy.
I don't know what that is. It's just a flamboyant.
Yeah.
In Japanese eyes, red is like showing off a little bit on the flamboyant side.
Right.
And they don't want to stand out, I think.
Yeah. So black or white or silver.
Black or white, yes.
Right.
White is good. Yeah. Black, if you're trying to, if you're going on a drive at night in the town with a lot of neon lights, right? Black looks pretty cool. Yeah.
It does. Yeah, you should get some professional photographs taken of your car.
Yeah.
Like amazing. The colors and the lights and everything in Tokyo. So I think I know what free things you got with your car because it's probably the same as me.
Same, yes.
Right? So you probably got a CHAdeMO adapter.
CHAdeMO. Yes, I only remember that one.
You probably got a USB memory stick in the box. Yeah.
It's no longer free?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's not very expensive, but it's not free.
I see.
And we got some floor mats. But I think that's pretty standard now, isn't it? Like they haven't changed that, thank goodness. But apparently some of the earlier ones didn't have floor mats, so that was kind of
I didn't know that because I thought I got my mat is the carpet type, not the rubber.
Me too, yeah.
So it's I see it's no longer free.
Yeah, and you have the automated tailgate that lifts up and down. Yeah,
yes.
All that kind of good stuff. Yeah, cool. We have exactly.
Did you get your O-ring replaced? Yeah, it's to prevent. It's just a rubber band, rubber ring to prevent water from going inside the drive.
Yeah, I think mine does have that. Yeah, I think it had it from the start.
I didn't know about that because I didn't. I didn't know there was a recall going on, and I just left it.
The water doesn't go
Yes.
in my boot, my trunk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cool. So what kind of things did you buy after you got your car?
Well, what's your seat color, by the way?
Free black one.
Black one. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much about black, but mine is white,
Oh,
and I
okay.
wear jeans, and I got blue stains.
Ah,
Probably you never have to worry about that, but for white
right.
seats, yeah, um, it's a serious problem.
Right. So you were getting blue lines on your
Yeah, blue lines.
white. Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying quite hard to get rid of them. Alcohol wipes are not really recommended, because they're too strong.
Right. So
But I
what did
found
you
a
buy?
solution. Yeah,
Oh, you found a solution. Okay.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I bought a solution. Okay,
Oh, so you bought
yeah.
some cleaner or like a cover for your seats?
Cleaner. Both actually.
Okay.
For like white, the owners of white seats, I think
Mhm.
seat cover is a recommended item.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't put full seat cover, and I just put one piece at the bottom for driver's seat because I don't have the problem with the passengers.
I see. I see.
Yeah,
So
because
the backs.
because the driver
Mhm.
has the most time like staining the seat.
Right. Yeah.
Because I got to sit in the seat for a long time.
You sweat the most, right?
Yes. Yeah. So this is like a recommended item for
Mhm.
white seat owners. Another one is sunshades.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's a good topic because actually Phone recommended some shades for me and I bought them and they're great. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I tried shades from like Tesla store as well. They're quite expensive, $200 for both front and back. Yeah, but my wife complained it didn't really work because as advertised, they only block like 70% of sunlight, and the rest of the 30%, it's really not fun to be in summer. Like these days, like the temperature is going around 40 degrees, 35 to 40 in Tokyo, Kanagawa. I'm from Kanagawa, by the way. So
I see it. Well, Kawasaki. So I was tweeting out pictures of my internal temperature.
Yeah.
And then Phone saw my picture.
Yeah.
And said I should get some shades because this is after now. I now have these, which are
cool. Yeah, looks great. Yeah.
The ones that you recommended. So this is my car. So now my internal temperatures are down to 43, which
43?
is
Really?
Which is great.
Is it like with the cabin protection running?
I think it hasn't. I think when I took this, it wasn't running. But if it runs, it would go down, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but it definitely works. Yeah.
It definitely works because this was 64 before I got it.
It's really painful. It's already past 50 degrees, man. I just couldn't let the tweet go, without any intervention.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I really appreciate the recommendation, and I can recommend these. So they're about like 5,000 yen.
5,000 for the set. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And
for like
it's really great in summer.
Yeah, two pieces, one for the front part of the glass, one for the back.
Yeah.
And
works better than Tesla stores.
Really? Wow. For like a quarter of the price.
Yeah, quarter of the price. But they have different uses. Tesla stores shades are like more for the like not really for dead summer, but maybe for spring and fall. They're good because it's really nice. Like it covers part of the sun. You don't really want to block everything, and you can still see outside, right? Especially when you're driving around mountain.
I see. So it's like more like a shade than a full block, right?
Yes. But
okay.
In winter, I just put up the shades.
You don't want to see anything. Yeah. Right. Okay. So you still have the official ones, the expensive ones.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put up for sale on one of the services later.
Yeah, I'll buy them off you for 5,000 yen. How's that? No.
Sounds good. Better
really?
than zero. Yeah. It's my storehouse, storeroom. I mean,
we should probably talk about this after the podcast.
Sure.
But nice. So yeah, thank you for the recommendation. So let's move on to the other kind of positives and negatives of
Okay.
the car in general.
Positives,
Yeah.
not exactly Tesla specific, because when I'm talking about Tesla, it's more like EV.
Mhm.
EV, yeah.
Yeah.
I find like satisfying thing is like when coming back from coming back from home at night,
Mhm.
because we live in a block, right? Tight knit neighbors, and like typically Japan, like there
Yeah.
are many neighbors around, so
Yeah.
don't want to put too much noise, and I can really sneak in with that. It's quiet, right?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a trivial thing, but it puts me like some stress away from getting in my car when I'm like trying to go out. It's just I go downstairs and get in my car. Even like when going grocery stores nearby, just it's not a hassle to bring
Yeah.
my car out. Like what
Right.
I noticed, like my neighbors, they're all gasoline, so they're not like me. They don't get in their cars that often.
The thing
Yeah,
that I don't like about having neighbors with gasoline powered cars is
yeah,
that they get in the car.
yeah.
This is a very Japanese thing.
Yes,
They,
yes.
they
I
don't do this
I
in my
I
country.
think yeah,
Turn on the engine and then
yeah,
get out the car.
yeah.
What? And leave it on for like 30
Idling, right?
minutes.
Yeah, I know where you're going. Yeah.
They call it idling stop in Japanese. Idling
Yes.
stop. Yeah.
Well, in summer, I know their reason. I mean, it's hot and they want to prepare for AC, right?
Right. Exactly.
That's the thing you get for free with Tesla. You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, I did it today. My car was pretty hot. I just got out
Yeah.
my phone, turned on the
Yes.
AC, boom,
Yeah. Yeah.
waited about 10 minutes and then got in
Yeah.
my car. It was great.
And then the next nice thing is that you can like turn on AC full in shopping malls in the basement, right?
Right.
In a Tesla,
Hmm.
because usually in malls, right, they forbid putting an idling on your
Right.
engine on idle, right, to turn on the AC, because usually it's
Yeah.
very hot in the basement, man. But in an EV, you don't have an engine, you can just turn on the AC and nobody complains. And if someone comes to complain, you just tell them there's no engine here, and there's no idling, right? But personally, I know nobody came to talk about that with me
That's the
so
only
far.
time that your car is noisy, isn't it? When
Yeah,
the AC goes on full, like
full,
it's
yes,
quite loud, like zzz,
yeah,
but
it's
it's not
quite,
an engine.
but
Yeah.
it's just figurative speaking. I don't really put maximum all of the time
On low. Yeah.
on medium. I like medium.
Yeah. Well, I
Still
don't put it
makes
on low.
noise, but yeah, still makes noise, but it's not at least not a jet engine.
I saw a funny kind of Twitter video of I think it was Australia. This
Uh-huh.
like lady was kind of like knocked on the window of this guy in a
Yeah,
Tesla and said like, why is your car like engine on near the kids playing? It's not
kids
good for the
playing. Yeah,
environment. I
yeah,
don't know if you saw that one. And the guy was like, it's an electric car. There is literally no fumes coming out my car. And she
yeah,
wouldn't believe him. It was really strange. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Lack of knowledge, I guess.
Yeah,
Nice.
people like most people who have a better opinion on EV, I think like EV owners
Mhm.
are environmentalists because we love green energy and stuff. Yeah, I do. I admit I like green energy, but it's not the primary reason. It's like probably at the bottom of the priority list for me, I think.
Yeah.
I chose like to get an EV as my car, because I don't really want to get a gasoline car, because first of all, I hate noise pollution. Yeah, that one.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
That's
Different
the
kind of
primary
pollution.
reason. Yeah, noise pollution is first. The second reason is the air pollution. They both are pollutions, but they're not about climate change.
Yeah. Well, the smoke coming out of it, that's going to cause pollution, isn't it? I
Yeah.
think, yeah, it's funny because I think some people buy like unleaded cars or like,
Uh-huh.
very economical cars, but
Uh-huh.
it is gasoline powered. So I
Yeah.
think it's kind of ironic that people buy uh, cars with better mileage, but it's still a gasoline car. So it's still creating fumes, right? That's like,
Yes.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it pains me to see like little kids waiting at the traffic light, and where the trucks pass by. I always think it's going to be great if all the trucks are electrified.
Well, I don't think the Tesla Semi will ever come to Japan, but I think we do have
It
electric
doesn't have
trucks.
to be Tesla, anyone
Yeah,
can
yeah,
do it. Yeah,
yeah. There are some electric trucks in Japan,
yeah,
actually.
but well, Tesla leads the way.
Not in Japan, but yeah,
Not in Japan, not in
in the
Japan.
US,
But in
probably. Yeah.
terms of technology,
We're going on to negatives now.
well, Tesla specific,
Yeah.
like compared to other EVs,
Mhm.
I think in Japan there is good enough coverage of superchargers for road trip. If you're
Okay.
trying to go from Kanto to Kansai, all the way to Hiroshima, I guess. Like, you can go all the way there. Have you
Yeah.
ever been on a trip?
Yeah, yes, I haven't actually used the Tesla supercharger network that much, because well, today before the podcast, I was charging at the local supermarket for free. But if I ever do like a really long road trip, then yes, I have used them. Yeah. I made a video about this. I went kind of across country from like, East Coast to West Coast on
East
one
Coast to West
charge.
Coast. Uh-huh.
So in like Gifu prefecture, and I charged the car at the start and at the end,
Uh-huh.
but and because there were no superchargers in the middle of Japan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that brings me to one of the negatives of driving EV. Because it's chargers are rare in the northern part of the country, right? For now, at least.
Yes, that is
Like
true.
Fukuoka, and farther north, Sendai, Akita. That's such a wide gap to go up there.
Yeah, the more north you get, when you get to like Aomori,
Yeah,
there are no Tesla service centers at all in the whole north of Japan. And I think there is a supercharger around about there, but not very many.
not very many.
It's quite rare.
Probably you definitely need like a CHAdeMO if you're ever going there.
Yeah, you absolutely need a CHAdeMO adapter, which we have, right? Yay.
Yeah, I do. Rarely use it though.
Yeah,
Do you have a charger at home?
No, I live in an apartment, so
See.
oh yeah, this is the journey that I did from roundabout here to roundabout here. Yeah, so this is near like Kyoto or like or Osaka. It would be around here.
Right.
So
yeah, that's a difficult route. But I see many people, many superchargers popping around that west coast to the north, around there.
Yeah, so there was
the previous year.
The one at the top here is Kanazawa. There was one in Kanazawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's one in down here in Gifu Hashima, Gifu area.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing in the middle.
That's going to be a nice drive. You got to go through the mountains, right?
Yeah, and you can do it on the standard Tesla easily.
Yeah,
absolutely easily. It's not
mountain drives. I love mountain drives because like
Yeah.
they grip so well and curve so well,
Yeah.
and also a great feeling when it's charging on the way down.
What do you call it? Regen braking.
Regen braking, right?
One thing that I don't like that they took out when, I don't know if you remember this, but when we first got our Teslas, you could actually have you could adjust the regen. You could have it like soft or hard. So you could actually just coast down the mountain very, very smoothly. And the regen wasn't very much. But then in an update, Tesla changed it to like really hard regen only. So like when you're going down the hill, the car slows down and almost stops, right? So you kind of have to accelerate down the hill. It's kind of very strange feeling. And I wish that they would bring back the soft option, so you could just easily glide down. Yeah, of course the regen is not as strong with the soft one, but you don't have to stop.
Yeah, I put the option. I set the option to hard regen all the time, and I never put the try. I mean, most of the time.
Yeah,
almost 99%.
Yeah, well, me too.
Yeah.
Like from the start, I changed it
Cars,
to hard,
the
but
hard,
then
yeah.
there were times where I thought, okay, I'm going down a big hill. I'd like to put it to soft, and
Uh-huh.
then the option disappeared.
Uh-huh.
They just removed it from the update.
I didn't even notice that
Yeah,
option disappeared because I never touched that option.
yeah. In some areas of the world, they put it back, but
Uh-huh.
Japan Teslas, it's still not available.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it would be useful because now we have the scroll wheel thing. We can adjust things with the scroll wheel.
Mhm.
And one of those options is to do acceleration, like soft, or I forgot the name, soft acceleration or like max acceleration. I forgot what it's called,
What do you?
but we can
What's it
adjust.
called? Yeah, I forgot it.
Yeah,
The
we can
name.
adjust that with the scroll wheel, which is really cool. And I think if you could adjust the regen with the scroll wheel, that would be
Uh-huh.
really cool.
Oh,
Yeah, you could just like turn it on. If you're going down a mountain, turn it to soft. If you're going
right.
normal streets, put it to hard.
Yeah, but I found that like to maximize the regen. I mean, not really braking. To maximize the energy regen on the downhill, you need a certain skill for that.
Yeah,
Did you notice that?
certain skill
Yeah,
to like,
because,
yeah,
you gotta get used to it. Like you can't do it on the first try. If you're a new owner, probably you won't get it.
right.
Because I tried many driving styles on the downhill, right?
Mhm.
Now, what I need to do is like,
Accelerate down
as
the hill.
usual, I can't really accelerate it, deaccelerate so much, right?
Right. It's so strong. Like
Yeah,
it's like a brake, isn't it?
yeah,
Really strong. Yeah.
yeah.
You will stop.
Try not
But
to use
I love
brake
it.
as much as you can. The
Oh
point.
yeah, I love one pedal driving. Don't get
Yeah,
me wrong.
yeah,
Like I love stopping by just releasing the
yeah.
I can do it. I can
Like,
stop perfectly for the
I
light now.
felt that like, I need to adjust the perfect speed going downhill so that I can optimize the return.
Right.
I'm not sure if you get that feeling, but it's like I can't drive too fast or too slow. Like you just gotta hit the nice spot.
Somewhere in the
And when
middle.
you release the accelerator, the pedal, then it goes the maximum energy goes back in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. You get used to it. You get you get to learn the feeling of the car.
Yeah.
It takes a while, but yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while, but probably you'll probably get it after like second, third drive, because you can see how much energy is returned, like about versus expected, right? The energy a prediction, right? The prediction is so precise. A Tesla prediction is, but you got to catch up with your skills to to hit the spot.
So full self-driving, I know you have some interest in that. So would that be a positive or negative? Oh, do you have full self-driving on your car?
I paid for the full self-driving.
Oh, you did?
But
Okay.
I don't have a full self-driving.
You
So
have
that's gonna be a negative.
Japanese version of full self-driving. So what do you get with the package then? You can automatically overtake cars on the freeway, and what else?
No,
Oh, you
it's
can't.
I get autopilot as everyone else, and
Yeah.
other than autopilot, one useful feature is they call it auto steer. No, not really auto steer.
Lane change?
Lane change on turn signal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you can overtake somebody.
Yes, it's not really automatic. You know, you gotta initiate the turn signal. It does the lane change, so it's not really useful. I mean,
but it
so,
will look.
Yeah.
It will check if nobody's behind you, and then it'll
do
it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's
But
cool.
you need a safe gap between the two cars. I mean, the first in the lane you're trying to get in, right? If there are two cars at the front and back, you gotta have enough space in between to squeeze in.
Right.
It won't do it. It will abort if the space is narrow.
And there's no like auto parking even?
I have auto park.
Yeah.
But I would say it's not that useful.
Okay.
For
It
now.
doesn't really work. Okay.
I mean, it works, but it takes it doesn't work in a stressful situation.
I see. It takes longer than
you
to do it. Yeah.
Yes. I can do it in one swipe, and it doesn't checks everything and goes back in slowly.
I see. I see.
Yeah,
It can do reverse parking, which is necessary in Japan, right?
yeah. You can do you can do reverse parking.
That's good. Okay. So if nobody's in the car park and you're completely alone,
Yeah,
you can do it, right?
I mean, if there is no one lining up at the back,
Yeah.
you can do it.
Yeah. If anyone else isn't anywhere nearby, forget about it. Just do it yourself.
Yes.
Right. Forget about it. Okay.
What about you? Do you find that? Do you?
Well,
Yeah.
well, it's no. Of course, I didn't buy it because I checked the list of things it can do. I was like, oh, can I have summon? No. Okay. Full self-driving? No. Okay. What can it do? How much is it? If you don't mind me asking, how much was it?
I paid Hachijuma, which is like around $8,000 at that time.
800.
Now that's a different price with the yen getting cheap these days.
How much is it now? Is it like over 800,000 yen?
Same Hachijuma. Maybe it's the same. It's just that in terms of dollar, it got cheaper.
When I first started researching Tesla, like 2 or 3 years before I bought my own Model 3, I remember it was like 300,000 or something.
Yes.
Like, it was really quite reasonable.
Yeah.
And
my 80 that. Oh, I mean, you mean the car? The whole.
No, the car. The car was about maybe 3 million, 3.9 million.
300,000 yen. Also, you're talking about yen. Okay.
Yeah. So the full self-driving was about 300,000 yen extra. You paid 800,000. It used to be used to be about 300, and they added every like 6 months. They added 100,000 yen to the price. Yeah. It was like getting ridiculous.
In US is twice the price, right? Now.
Yeah. It's like
$15,000, I guess, for FSD. But you can try FSD better if you're FSD beta if you're lucky, I guess, in the US.
Yeah, if in the US, yeah.
But I wouldn't really recommend new owners to get FSD. I'm not really sure how many more years it's gonna take, because like last year when somebody asked on Twitter, or that then was Twitter, right? Now when is FSD coming to Japan? Right? I remember him answering like he's gonna coming around March this year. Now we're in August, still waiting.
Wait, who said that? Elon said that?
Elon, yeah.
What?
I think you can. Yes, you can.
I don't believe that. I wouldn't have believed that at the time. No way. So, the other thing you had written down here was about the parking lots.
Yeah, that was a bummer, really. Now, that one time I was trying to go to Akasaka for dinner.
Okay.
And I tried to get in the public parking lot. We usually public parking lots, like, are the best place to park in downtown area, right?
Mm-hmm.
The parking warden, the staff told me, like, first he was like, okay, get in, right? And then wait, like, please wait. He changed his mind because he like, it's like someone from behind. I told him like, Tesla is not allowed. Not sure EV not allowed or Tesla not allowed. I just remember him asking like, is it Tesla? Yeah, I said yes. And
was it one of those automated ones, like a lift system?
No, it's not a lift. Have you ever been to Akasaka area for dinner? No,
I don't think so. You mean just like an outdoor car park?
Usually, like those public car parks in downtown areas, they are underground and they are huge in Japan.
Yeah.
Probably. Have you ever tried in Ginza or Shibuya?
Yeah, I've parked in a fancy department store in Shibuya, but that was a
department store.
That was a kind of a mechanical lift system.
It's not a public. Maybe fancy department store, probably like Shibuya Stream or Scramble Square. Those buildings, right? They have fancy lifts, right?
Yeah,
huge, great,
very fancy.
But also in Shibuya, around if you go a little bit north of Shibuya, like before NHK Broadcasting Station, around that around that area, there is a public parking space underground, and they're usually cheaper and usually have space.
Wow! So he just turned you away just because your car is a Tesla.
Tesla,
That's
I think.
So weird.
I think it's because it's a Tesla. No,
Is-
sure. Maybe one of the management in that facility has a Tesla phobia or something.
Wow. Is it? I wonder the reasoning. Is it like it would cause a fire because of the battery or something like
That's
that?
what I guess, but I didn't really had time to ask the reason. So I just, because I was in a hurry that time.
Well, the Tesla meet, like the Tesla rally, sorry, earlier this year, was in Shinjuku, and there was a public. Well, I guess it was owned by the city office, city hall, and you can actually get a discount if you have an electric car. If you show like a kind of pass, you can register for like a pass and get like a QR code, and then you show them, and then you get like a discount, like 30 minutes for free.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's like the opposite of what you said. They're like encouraging electric cars.
Yes.
Public office.
I mean that Akasaka is a one negative example. Actually, positives overwhelm the negatives in terms of parking. Like you get freebies, as you said, like the free time off parking, discount for parking in some of the public facilities. And one thing that because I was a new owner around that, like I only owned for like a year that time, and I went to like Gogo, fifth station park in Mount Fuji. Have you ever been there?
I've been near Mount Fuji, like
Mount Fuji.
Fuji Safari Park.
Safari Park, yeah, I've been there as well, but it's quite close there. Maybe about less than half an hour drive from there.
Okay.
You can climb Fuji halfway from the east, and it's called Fifth Station Park. I think I don't really remember the name. Mizu something. It has a nice view on the Mount Fuji, and in winter kids can play in snow sliding. Snow sliding in the park.
Yeah.
That surprised me because there is a CHAdeMO charger there, and it's free.
Ooh. So you had a free charger in that park near Fuji?
Yeah, in the park, and it's not the only place. There are many facilities, like some of the official government facilities as well. They have free chargers, and
30 minutes for free
parking. Yeah, free.
For like a 30-minute charge or something?
30-minute charger, but of course you can extend, like just re-plug it in if no one's waiting, right?
Push it again.
Push it again. And I guess you knew about Aeon malls. Some of the Aeon malls, right?
Yeah.
Free charger, and
right.
Yeah.
I mean, charging your car for free. I mean, that's what I'm all about. Like, I don't understand why people rely on Tesla superchargers. It's like, just look around. There's probably a free charger nearby.
Yeah.
If you're just topping up like 20%.
Yes.
With your CHAdeMO adapter, it doesn't take very long. Like maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just do your shopping, charge your car, completely free.
Yeah. That said, I think it'll be better, like if most of the hotels and like lodging facilities offer like slow wall charges.
I see. If you're there for like a few hours.
Yeah, if you're like going to be staying, if you're going somewhere, right, you're going to be staying overnight, right? If you can charge overnight, it is the best.
Oh, the hotels. I'm sorry,
yeah,
I said hotels. Yeah. Hotels, yeah, absolutely. If you're staying overnight, I mean, that makes so much sense.
I tried like WeCharge facility in Hamamatsu once. It's a small company, right? Putting wall chargers in a small number of parking buildings around Japan. It's called WeCharge.
Yeah, I've heard of those guys.
Yeah, I only tried once because I have a mobile adapter as well, which I bring around.
Oh yeah, nice.
and it felt great because charge overnight, like no hassle.
Nice. So you've stayed in hotels with
It just I didn't know.
available.
It just happened to have WeCharge service.
Cool. Fantastic. Okay, well, I think we know all about phone. So now we can move on to our main topics. So in part two, we want to talk about hydrogen versus full electric, full battery powered, or BEVs as they're called, right?
Yeah.
So what is the deal with Japan or Japanese car manufacturers being so obsessed with hydrogen? Very strange. I mean, when we had the Tesla meet in Kisarazu earlier this year, so at that event, it was full of Tesla owners, like so many cool Teslas to see. And then in the corner was Toyota, right? And they brought the Mirai,
yeah.
which is the hydrogen powered car. And I was just kind of like, why are you guys here? Like, it's really weird. And yeah, I mean, I have a video on my channel about the Tesla meet, and I kind of made a few jokes about those guys. Like, it is really, really bizarre because like I don't see people driving these cars. I only ever see them at like in the showroom or like an event. Like I don't know anybody who drives these cars other than maybe Toyota, the people who work for Toyota.
Yeah. like Mirai, I remember the only time I saw someone driving was I saw one Mirai in a parking lot in Odaiba. That's it. in terms of someone driving. But the other times I saw once in Yokohama, the Gundam. Do you know the Gundam?
That's in Odaiba, isn't it?
No, Odaiba has one Gundam statue, and Yokohama there's another one.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, maybe maybe you can have a look there. It moves, right? The robot moves.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to see that one. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
So, well, my
I saw that Mirai brought to us by the Toyota company itself, showcased under the robot.
I see. Well, the biggest question I have is like, where do you? Well, you don't say charge the car. What do you say? Fill up, refuel with hydrogen.
Yeah.
Because like the hydrogen pumps, I mean, they're even fewer than electrical charging places, right?
You can't exactly refuel at home, right? Like
right.
One absurd thing to say, but like for those who didn't know, right? For EV owners, you can just plug it in at home. I have a charger at home, a normal wall charger. It's really like unlike those living in an apartment like you, right?
Yeah, I can't do that, unfortunately, but yeah.
It's great, really.
Although I might be able to. I have heard about, there was a company that I met at another Tesla meet. Contact I made was this company called Terra Charge, who actually specialize in installing chargers in apartments. And they'll actually, they negotiate with the apartment owner on your behalf, so you don't have to do anything. They do it for you.
Yeah, that's a way to go.
Yeah, I might need to check them out.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can't do that with hydrogen, right?
Hydrogen. How are you gonna? Are you gonna put the what you got, electrolysis machine, big machine in your room or something?
Right. And it's quite dangerous, right? Like
it's
you
dangerous.
can. So only specialized places.
I don't hate the technology, you know. I'm not really a hater. It's just the facts. I mean, in Norway, there have been like hydrogen station explosions. Not one time, like a few times in Norway.
That's scary. I think I don't know much about this technology, but like, you know, if something like an airplane, for example, something that can just be like refueled,
yes,
you know, that needs a lot of power, but you know, batteries are too heavy. I don't.
Yes,
Is it? Is it the weight? Is it the same as a battery car?
No, hydrogen is definitely like have a better energy density.
Okay. So
Battery doesn't can match
right.
at this
So
moment.
yeah, maybe things like that, like a boat or a plane or something like that.
It's a
That might
boat makes sense, you know.
yeah. If it
Boat,
explodes, it's on the
yeah,
water. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. There's one ship, right? I don't
Yeah.
know about airplane. You know, I can think of so many safety issues with that.
Yeah. I don't think I would want to go on a hydrogen powered plane unless it was,
Well,
been
people,
around for a few years.
yeah, if people were sane, you know, they would have thought the same about gasoline cars or gasoline vehicles as well. This is an internal combustion engine, right? But
Yes.
well, we get used to it, so probably it's gonna be fine as long as the technology advances good enough.
So are there any other cars like on the horizon? Hydrogen?
No, not the consumer vehicles.
Only Mirai?
Only Mirai. Probably a failed experiment, but they just don't want to admit it failed. I saw one hydrogen station in Haneda.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's newly open shopping complex called Innovation City. Yeah, there's a hydrogen station, but I've been there a couple of times, and half the time it's closed because it's under maintenance. Oh
Right.
man.
That's scary though, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
your car could literally just be stranded. Like you,
Yes.
you run out of hydrogen. I don't know the range on those things. I'm assuming the range is the same or better than battery electric.
On par, I think.
So you go somewhere and there's no hydrogen stations nearby. You can't charge it at the hotel.
Bro, what are you gonna do? There's nothing like you can't really expect Jeff to be carrying around with hydrogen refilled as well.
Right. You're gonna have to have like direct contact with JAF, the Japan Automobile Federation. Is that right? I'm assuming that's what it stands for. Association.
Yeah.
They're gonna pick up your car like everywhere you go, right? It's like, hi, it's me again. Yeah, my car's been stranded again. Can you help me out?
Yeah, Toyota messed up with that one.
Yeah, I mean,
they
people in Japan actually have that image of electric cars, to be honest. Like that's what they think. Like when I say I have an electric car, the first thing Japanese people say is like, oh, what happens when it runs out of battery? Like they really think that it's like really like the range is very, very small. They think it's like 50 kilometers or something. And then I tell them, well actually blame them, it's 400. Yeah.
Have you? Yeah, I tried a rental car once when I was going to Okinawa. It's a hybrid, right? Small battery. It doesn't really work, as expected. I thought it's a hybrid, a small battery. It's an old car, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? What was it? Toyota.
Just a standard hybrid, not a plug-in hybrid, right?
Yeah, standard hybrid.
Yeah.
Small battery, but at least I was expecting to be able to go like 20 kilos or something with the battery. No, it doesn't work. I mean, after a while, like after like not even 1 kilometer, it just switches back. Granted, it was an old vehicle, okay, but still, it's horrible.
Yeah, I know there's a Mercedes-Benz, very expensive car, plug-in electric hybrid, and it costs much more than our cars cost, and it has a 20-kilometer range battery. 20.
Yeah.
And that's like the latest one, right?
I was surprised because it didn't work as advertised. I mean,
yeah,
it says 20 kilometers. Okay, I at least give me 10, right? But no.
Yeah,
the only good so bad.
The only good thing about the degradation would be bad as well, right? The only good thing with those is that 20 kilometers, to be honest, that is enough just to go to shops and back.
Exactly.
So if, like, for example, like older people, Mercedes are very popular with older people in Japan. If they charging their car every day, they could go shopping like every other day. They could go to some nearby place and come back, and they would never have to put fuel in their car.
Yes.
So that is a possibility, and I think
Yeah,
that
it's
is
a dream they sold.
yeah. It's like
Like
just
never
don't go
having to
any.
go to the
Well,
gas
yeah,
station. Yeah,
exactly. And then when they want to go for like a trip, then they
yeah,
use the gasoline, right?
yes.
So yeah,
But then I saw like Tony Seba's videos, talks, and also many talking points about battery electric vehicles, comparing like hydrogen battery and hybrids. It's a complexity stuff. Like
yeah,
it's so much more complicated and energy intensive to like drive a hydrogen vehicle. It
yeah,
has to go through so many steps to prepare for your hydrogen, and to store the hydrogen and bring them around. People don't see that because those people who are not familiar, they think it's gonna everything's gonna work like as a miracle. But hydrogen, there's a very difficult technical hurdle to clear.
right.
That is storage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You mess up
because
the storage, you're gonna cause an explosion.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's actually much more complicated than that. And Mirai is like it's like a test project to try out that storage technology. Like,
What do you think
like
the real reason is? Like, it's got to be some political reason, right? Like
exactly.
the I don't know, the gasoline, the oil
Yeah.
companies, or the big car manufacturers, whatever, like Toyota.
Yeah.
I think Nissan is slightly better, right? At least they have like 3 or 4 electric cars
Nissan
now.
is very different. Honda is
Yeah.
also like Sakura by Honda.
Sakura is Nissan Sakura.
Nissan. I like that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of my neighbors has it.
Nice. They're very
Yeah.
cute. I like it.
Yes.
It's like a
Yes.
mini because the bigger SUV is called the Aria,
Yeah.
and the Sakura is like a baby version of
Yeah.
the Aria.
Yeah.
It's very
Area
cute.
looks cool as well.
Yeah.
Although you don't get a frunk room in area, I think there is no frunk.
No,
Yeah.
not many cars outside of Tesla have franks. I mean,
Yes.
in
So
Japan anyway.
only those produced by ground up companies, right?
Yeah,
Startups
exactly.
have franks, like Rivian in US.
Yeah, I haven't driven it, but I've seen the VW ID4,
Or yeah.
ID3, and they don't have franks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
They're
open
just
it up and it's
recycling
like
old.
yeah,
That leads me to your question. Like, why do I think Toyota is doing that? Trying to not fully into BEV. I think the primary reason for Toyota, in my opinion, is jobs. I mean, and Japanese culture. Because in Japan, it's especially very difficult to let go of the company stuffs, right? I think that's going to be the primary reason for Toyota.
Yeah.
Because you can't just say bye-bye and give a package and let especially the older demographics, right? Because engineers, most factories in Toyota, they are senior engineers. You can't just let go and expect zero problems.
Right.
Especially the labor laws are quite strict in Japan as well.
So they're kind of stuck until those people, die.
Yeah. So what else are they gonna do? They have nothing to do. They can't repurpose those senior engineers to build battery vehicles. They're totally different area of expertise, right?
Right.
You need totally different facilities and the skill set, and probably newer, younger generation to run those facilities. Wow. And not as many people are needed, because in ICE vehicles, there's how many times are they more complicated than vehicle? I don't really remember, but not trivial. In battery vehicles, you don't have engine, just the engine itself. There's so many parts you need to make an engine, right?
Right.
And
it's related to the materials as well.
Materials, the whole stack behind.
Yeah. I recently read an article about that. Like all those individual cogs and springs and everything. They're all made by Japanese companies.
Radiated, like all. Because I went to a Tokyo Motor Show once, like about 5 years ago. I saw the Toyota section. It's so huge. The whole floor is about Toyota subsidiaries because they all make different parts, right? For support, right?
Right.
With
Ball
Tesla,
bearings.
with EV, pure EV, you don't need them. What do you need? You need a cooling system, the state-of-the-art cooling system, motors, and energy management. More software, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you need good chips for that, and good software. So it's a different skill set, and not as much labor is needed to run BEV companies compared to ICE. ICE is good now because they enjoyed great infrastructure for a century. They've been building up slowly over a century, so they have a head start now. We are like
Yeah.
almost on par, and with Tesla, like already like getting better price parity on the entry levels already in some segments.
It's a shame that the superchargers have gotten so expensive in the last few years. I mean, you can't really, some things that can't be helped, but like
Yeah,
it used to be that supercharging your car was like just a fraction of the cost of petrol, right?
yeah,
Now it's like it's almost the same. It's like
yeah.
it's really, really depressing to
I
hear
think
that.
it's wrecked by COVID in the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, yeah, it's a real shame. But not in Japan, I don't think. I think
Yeah.
it's cheaper to charge a car than
Well, it's still cheaper, about half, about 50% compared to ICE.
Yeah.
In Japan, for me at least.
And for me, who literally spends zero
Zero,
on charging
yeah.
his car, it's much cheaper.
One of my contacts, another Tesla owner, runs energy company in Roppongi. So, but whenever I visit his office, like his office has solar panels directly coming into Tesla. It's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the dream, isn't it? Charge your
Yeah.
car from the sun.
Yeah, and it runs like 20 ampere.
Oh, yeah, well, what about Tesla solar? I mean, I was actually talking about this with another guy earlier today. Actually,
Yes.
he is planning on buying a Tesla Powerwall,
Yes.
which you can buy in Japan.
Yeah.
But you can't get Tesla solar panels. So it's going to have to be a combination of Japanese solar panels and then Tesla's Powerwall and management system. Yeah.
I have done a little bit of research on those areas as well, because I wanted to like have a self-generating energy system in my home. But first, I don't have enough roof to put solar panels. So
small roof.
Yeah, Zanen, right?
Oh dear.
It's a shame, but I gotta let go of solar for now. It's not enough house. Yeah, it's true. Hard to get Tesla solar for now. So I run some numbers comparing solar versus battery, not Tesla specific, right? It turns out I found that like for people like me who has a smaller roof, right, it's better to have battery installation.
Yeah. Oh sure.
Like energy arbitrage is like you don't really get paid depending on the company you contract with, but the savings are good. I mean, with the battery compared to solar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just having a battery in general. Yeah.
Yes, just having a battery, and then that brings me to like battery research, right? What are available batteries? Like Tesla stands the best option in terms of price or value for price in Japan as well. Other Japanese companies, right? They're only the battery. They are more expensive and a little bit lower tech, but probably not gonna put you in trouble. Right? It's gonna be fine. But the deal breaker is that like Tesla battery doesn't have subsidy in Japan.
Oh, why? Because it's a foreign company?
I don't know. Maybe Tesla didn't care. They didn't really try hard for that. I don't really know the details on that. But
that's a shame, isn't it?
Like other batteries have subsidy from local and regional governments, but Tesla is not eligible. So
I wonder why that is, because the Tesla cars do get subsidies, don't they? Yeah.
So considering after that consideration, those two options become equivalent. I mean, the price for value is the same without subsidy for Tesla and with subsidy for other model.
Well, Phone, we have been talking for a long time. We're actually reaching the end of the show now, so let's go to the wrap up and social chat. Well, we had a few kind of funny, like silly topics we wanted to talk about, didn't we? But the first one was Elon Musk's boxing match with Mark Zuckerberg, which is just ridiculous on so many levels. It's kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. Well, yeah, I'll put in Phone's Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, in the description below. So what about X in general? Are you on board with this X and the monetization and all this kind of stuff? Do you think it's going to take off? Or?
I'm more like an interested bystander.
I don't get it. Like, there's a guy I had on the podcast, actually, a guy called Darren Young. He's a huge, like, Tesla guy. He has a lot of subscribers and a lot of, people see his tweets, right? Right. And he got like $100 or something like that. It's like, if he only gets that much, it's like, man. And you have to pay for the blue check mark to even be considered in that. So I think it's measured on how many interactions or how many subscribers you have, or something.
Like I think it's more like how many impressions you have under your tweets or profile.
Yeah.
And the catch is that only impressions generated by paid users count. I think that's the killer.
That's the killer, isn't it?
So that means that the content creators got incentivized to ask people to pay.
That's like, it's like on YouTube, it's like you have to pay for like YouTube Premium to watch my YouTube channel. That's like, it doesn't make sense, right?
Well, I like YouTube. I pay for YouTube Premiums, and
you do? Okay.
Call me stupid or whatever. I mean, but it brings me value because
no ads.
No ads is secondary. Primary is like I wanted to listen to YouTube when I'm jogging.
And you can actually listen to this podcast with the YouTube music. Just as an audio podcast, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So if you do that, like I'm sure you listen to this podcast on your phone, of course.
Yeah.
that is one way you can do it.
Okay.
You can also subscribe on Apple Podcasts, which you can do in your Tesla, right? And Spotify, which you can also do in your Tesla. So lots of ways to subscribe. Or if you like the video version to see our beautiful faces, that's also an option, right?
All right.
But thank you so much, Phone. Really enjoyed having you on. You know a lot more than me about lots of things, so it's good to have knowledgeable people on my show. I'm
not really that knowledgeable, but it's my pleasure. It was much more interesting. I mean, I had a lot more fun than I thought talking to you.
There you go. Thank you so much. And you're welcome to come back on in the future if you want to come back. If we have more topics. Well, we had a whole extra section we wanted to talk about, but we ran out of time.
All right.
But there it is. Thank you so much to you guys for watching, listening. And you may have noticed that my channel is going through some changes. I'm now known as EV Man Japan. This is the EV Man Japan podcast. For various licensing reasons, that is what I will be called from now on. And I have a t-shirt. It's in the works. I haven't got it yet, but I'll be getting a new EV Man t-shirt. So look forward to that maybe in the next episode. But until next time, thank you guys. Peace out.